That is right. We are here to review Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So, let's get into my review for Revenge of the Sith. So, Revenge of the Sith stars Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, and Natalie Portman. And what this film is about, it's about Anakin. You know, he finds out that Padme is now pregnant, and he gets these visions that Padme will die in childbirth. And what happens is that Anakin needs Emperor Palpatine's help, because he finds out that there's this power that can basically, give immortality to somebody. So then Anakin starts getting manipulated by the dark side. So what I think of Revenge of the Sith? I love this movie, okay? I love Revenge of the Sith. This is the best out of the prequels. It really is, This is the prequel that felt like Star Wars. It didn't feel like no courtroom drama or Titanic 2. It didn't feel like that. No, it was Star Wars, and I'm glad that George Lucas came to his senses and was like, oh, I'm going to make an actual Star Wars movie. And he did. And this is definitely by far the best out of the prequels. So let's get into my positives, and my positives are the acting in this movie. The acting is pretty good in this movie. Okay, now I'm going to get a lot of controversy for this, but I don't care. Hayden Christensen was pretty good in this movie. He did step up from what he did in the first one. Well, not the first one, but the first time that he was Anakin in Episode 2. When he was Anakin in Episode 2, it was one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my entire life. But what he did in the third movie was great. When he turns to the dark side, he did show some emotion. He really did. I think he did act well in this movie, I know a lot of people like to criticize him a lot for this movie, actually. People do criticize him even for this movie. But I actually do think he's good in this movie. I did like him being a broken person, being, turning to the dark side and becoming this evil person, So yeah, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, this is the best I've seen Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. In the first two, it felt like he was just there, but no, in this movie, it felt like, he was a Jedi Master. It felt like he was awesome, I did like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi in this movie. This is by far the best he did as Obi-Wan Kenobi in any of the movies. Natalie Portman thankfully steps up her game from the last movie. She's good in this movie. So yeah, the guy who plays Emperor Palpatine, great. So everyone is mostly good in this movie. They really are. I really liked most of the acting in this movie. The action is great. I mean, this is finally a prequel, finally a prequel where the action does not feel underwhelming. And it didn't. It didn't feel underwhelming at all. All the lightsaber battles, all the space shootouts were entertaining to watch. And it was awesome, especially the end, fight scene, which we'll get more into afterwards. But, I really enjoyed all the action scenes in this movie. So yeah, the visuals, these are the best visuals have been in the prequels. They really are. In the first two, it was just terrible. It really was, in the first two prequels. But in this one, visuals are great. I love the visuals, especially for General Grievous. So yeah, the directing is great. I love the directing with this movie. George Lucas does a great job directing this movie. So yeah, just such great directing in my opinion. So yeah. So this is going to be a spoiler for anybody that has not seen Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It's great. But let's get into that spoiler. So this spoiler is when Padme gets on the planet that Anakin's on, that he's basically killing everybody on, and she's like, please tell me none of this is true, that's what happened. And he's basically like, I will build a new empire, I'll make sure that we are together forever, basically, lovey-dovey stuff. And, and then he's like, you traitor, you're with Obi-Wan, and then he starts, choking her, and then Obi-Wan's like, let her go, and she's passed out. And then the lightsaber battle between them starts, and it's great. I love that lightsaber battle. It's just awesome, between them, it's just so cool. I really enjoyed that. That's probably my second favorite lightsaber battle of all time. My first is Luke and Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi, but this one definitely is a close second. I love this lightsaber battle. So intense, you can feel the raw emotion between the both of them. You know, Obi-Wan was like a father to Anakin, you know, he really was, and just to portray him like that, it was great seeing. And then during the end, Obi-Wan cuts both of Anakin's legs right off, like clean off, and Anakin gets burnt, and then the Emperor helps Anakin, and Anakin gets resurrected as Darth Vader. It was awesome seeing him, but we have one of the silliest moments in movie history. No! Just, I die laughing every time that happens. No! It's just hilarious. It really is. That's one of the most unintentional hilarious things of all time. I'm sorry. But yeah. My only negative with this movie has to be some of the writing. The writing is not too good with this movie, especially with the love story between Anakin and Padme. Like, towards the beginning, Anakin says to Padme, "You're so beautiful," and Padme's like, "It's because I'm so in love," and then it's just terrible. It's just so cheesy and terrible, but that's my only negative, is some of the writing. Overall, Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith is the best out of the prequels, and I'm glad, finally, a prequel that felt like a Star Wars movie, and this definitely felt like a Star Wars movie. So yeah, so it's time for my official grade on Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, and my official grade on Revenge of the Sith is an A. I love this movie. This is such a great movie. I really enjoyed Revenge of the Sith, so it's getting an A. So what did you guys think of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith? Leave it in the comment section below. And thank you all for watching these Star Wars reviews. I had so much fun making all these Star Wars reviews. It was great. It was so fun rewatching all the Star Wars movies. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you all later. Peace.